What's up guys? If you guys are watching this video, then there's a big chance that you're committed athletes who actually do a lot of things right. You lift frequently, you prioritize recovery, your nutrition is in check, you try to do all the things right, you're a hard worker, yet when it actually comes to game time, it's just not transferring. And trust me, I know exactly what this feeling feels like. It's one of the most annoying things as an athlete when you feel like the connection between your work and actually what transfers to the sport is not there, and that disconnection is a place where you absolutely don't want to be as an athlete. So like I said, I've been there, and one of the things that I see a lot with athletes, but something that I've also seen with myself obviously, is that most athletes think that the solution to this problem is to do more, lift more frequently, do more conditioning, do more plyometric workouts. But very often doing more is actually not the solution, right? The biggest problem why you don't see the transfer to the game or to the court or whatever your sport might be is because your programming doesn't fully understand what your nervous system is trying to demand on game day, right? So what does this actually mean? It means that if you're trying to do more to perform better on game day, it's not the solution. You're not going to be under recovered and your nervous system is not going to be ready. It also means that your programming is not the right programming for you. If you're in season and you're training hard every single day leading up to game day, then your programming is not in check, right? So you need a program that is actually tailored for you to be in place where you can recover so that you're 100% ready on game day, but also a program that is made where you can actually train and go hard whenever you're supposed to be training hard. And this is something that is missing in a lot of athletes. You guys just think that everything is temporary, right? But you have to see the bigger picture. You have to see your whole year as a plan, as a program, right? There's times to train hard, there's times to maintain, and there's times to recover. And if you don't look at it as a big picture, you're going to be either undertrained or overtrained at certain times. And most importantly, you're not going to be ready when it's actually time for you to perform. Then another thing that I used to struggle with a lot in training, or I struggled with putting this into my training, and something that I see that a lot of athletes actually overlook, is understanding your game demands. It is cool to be powerful in the gym, and it's cool to be fast outside of the match or game. All those things are cool and they're really important, obviously, and they will ultimately transfer. But the most important thing is understanding your game demands. In most sports, it's all about making decisions under fatigue. How powerful are your legs when you're actually tired? How big is your motor, right? Like how long can you be doing certain things over a certain amount of time? So conditioning is important, but then again, you also have to be able to solve problems from a mental standpoint in competition when you're nervous, when you're tired, when your legs are completely cooked. All these things matter. So you also need to be able to prepare for these demands of your sport. So more importantly, instead of looking at it like I need to get faster, which is one thing, right? But the second thing is also I need to be faster when I'm absolutely dead, because it's cool to be fast in warm-ups and to be fast in the first couple minutes of a game, but when the fourth quarter in a basketball game comes around, you need to be able to still be fast and not just cooked and completely dead. So to make a long story short, this is where most athletes go wrong. They're guessing, and I say this respectfully because it doesn't mean that you're not working hard, but the guesswork is where you go completely wrong. You don't know whether you should be pushing or adapting, right? Because you don't follow your data. You don't have recovery data, so you don't really know how your body's actually feeling. Your body gives you signals every single day. And if you're ignoring these signals, you don't really know whether you should push or hold back, right? So those things matter. You're not monitoring. Your program is not in check. It's based off workouts, right? Not training, workouts. It's based off feelings. So some days you're going to feel like you should be pushing harder. So it's not in check. There's no actual plan. There's no thought behind it. So therefore, this is guesswork. And this guesswork is exactly what separates you from the people that are able to actually translate their training to the fields, to the game, to the moments where it actually does matter. So if you're looking for programming, if you're looking to actually elevate your performance, let me know. I have my link down below in the description. You guys can contact me. You can also try to figure it out on yourself. It doesn't really matter. But the most important thing is that you have these things in check and that you take away the full guesswork that is holding you back in this very moment.